So a few little warm-up things. We have this lecture. Next week I'm away, and I've put a bunch of stuff up for you, lectures that you can watch about different things, and I'll point to them in a little bit. And then we have one last week, but the 10th of May is the final session for us, right? So that is the thing to look towards in terms of producing things, right? So the game is on, and that's where we're going to get to. Yeah, I mean, really interesting stuff. You guys are all working on really interesting things, and hopefully we can kind of dig into them a little bit. And I'm happy to keep talking about things over the summer in particular, because it looks like I'm certainly not going anywhere. Okay, so, and we're on for a festival of production. All right. I want to point out, so this is Andy. You've probably seen this, but I made a GIF, which I'll say for you guys. This is in Buffalo, I think it was. Is that right? Yeah. And so where he went out the front, and this was a serious race, right? The winners it was a 5-miler. The winners were sub 5-minute miles. So he didn't last too long. But anyway, Andy ran the Boston Marathon on Monday, and he broke 3 hours. It was his second marathon. He broke 3 hours. We were following him in our morning meeting. Those of you who don't know, Andy is one of our former students, and works at Mass Mutual now, and he built the Hedonometer website, which we're going to talk about a little bit more today. Emily Cody was in the race too, and she did very well. She's run Boston a lot, but 20+ mile-an-hour headwinds and rain, and a lot of suffering for humans out there. Anyway, so that was nerve-wracking, because breaking 3 hours is good, and breaking 3 hours on a day like that is impressive. If you've never done it before, right? It's easy for you. Okay. Yeah, I hope it still hurts, but yeah. Anyway, that was great. I mean, it's been 90 degrees. That day is very highly variable, right? And the weather here has been insane. I think in Pennsylvania was 80-something, and we had 20 roughly. I mean, just on that day, right? All right. Weather. Ryan, I'm going to talk about Ryan a little bit. So another one of our former students just had his first author paper published. He's now a PhD student at Northeastern in the networks PhD there. A year or two more and he would have been doing our PhD. But anyway, no, it's a good place. It's a great place for him. So we have a blog post about it here, which I guess is being tweeted about now. But it's about hashtags, and sort of, I point out that hashtags are clickable catchphrases, right? So, if you go back in time and think of like, I have a dream, or, various other kinds of things like that, where there's a sort of famous line, if you could kind of click on it in the middle of the air and then open up all this sort of stuff, that would be. But that's what hashtags can be for social movements. And so this is all about Black Lives Matter, and really the counter-protest and how that played out, right? And whether it was a successful counter-protest and who was hijacking whom. So that's a pretty exhaustive examination. I guess we really did look at it just for sort of 1 year, but it keeps going on. You can see where it takes off here, right? So it's a framing, very powerful. And in a way, this is really unfortunate. But the Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, being able to fight back and say, you don't care about white lives and sort of that kind of argument, which got some traction. If this was Black Lives Also Matter, which I think they talked about, then that would have helped, right? So just one little extra word could have prevented a lot of nonsense coming back that, this was this very, all right. But that, of course, that's the intention of it. It's also matter, or, yeah. So lots of work here looking at the words being used and so on around these hashtags, and this is the network of, this is a topic network. Topics are a messy business, and we're not really happy with how they're coming out, but this is the topics for Black Lives Matter, and this is White Lives Matter, and you can see that they're sort of, obviously it's a much smaller thing. Okay, so well done to Ryan, and we talked about these things the other day, but he also, I don't think I showed this one. This is from Ryan. He made this one himself and got him, what did he get? Oh yeah, look, he's got 176 likes on that one. The ratioing is not strong on this one, right? Just 2 comments. But it's the one that I show in parts that I've shown for a long time, but it's the Mandelbrot versus Simon argument, Wow, this thing has got a lot of traction, but I guess it's, I guess it must be done as a meme, surely. All right, so well done to Ryan. Good work. Look, he's quite happy about it. There it is.